I'm just trying to move it this way.
Doing good. How you been doing?
Oh,
Give Mr. Gilbert 1 or 2 minutes to get something. Not talking too bad about you. Oh,
you have to leave it in front.
I'll move it if I want to talk to you.
Blaine, can we do a mic check?
It said you got to leave it in front of you if you're talking.
testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. Rebecca, can you hear me?
That's your mic.
Hello? I understand.
Can you move those
Tony?
microphones
Good morning.
No.
Good morning.
Okay. Sorry, Rebecca. I didn't want to put you on.
So if we want to,
You look. Randy, do some coffee. You sure? Soda or tea? Coffee. Listen. We may never get our board members to sit down. Me. I'll try not to slip in.
Eddie, you doing well?
doing good.
Okay. Blaine, I think we're ready to start. One thing you never do is give an old legislator a gavel. That could be a problem. We're going to go ahead and call the regular meeting to order of the Oklahoma State Board of Career and Technology Education. And will you call the roll?
Yes. Brian Bobeck.
Here.
Peter Dillingham.
Here.
Randy Gilbert.
Here.
Shaylin Hanning. Estella Hernandez.
Here.
Edward Hillary.
Here.
Thank you.
And the chair does see a quorum, so everybody will join me to stand up and we'll pledge allegiance to the United States flag, and then we'll pledge allegiance to the Oklahoma flag. Salute, pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I salute the flag of the state of Oklahoma. Its symbols of peace unite all people. And then if you'll just stand for a moment of silence. You may be seated. If you have an agenda in front of you, Superintendent Hoffmeister was unable to join us today, so we're going to skip past 1.03, and I'll go ahead with my director's comment. The first thing I want to do is tell the board we have some special guests in the building today. Over on this side, you'll see that we have the OKACTE Fellows, and this is cohort number 4, and they come from various tech centers and high schools. They're all in the CareerTech family. And Dr. Brent Casey, are you? Oh, there you. Oh, she was hiding you. Do you want to say about two or three sentences about the Fellows Program for the board?
First of all, thank you for allowing us to be.
Wait, we have a TV viewing audience, so we want them to understand well.
First of all, thank you for allowing us to be in attendance today. This is our fourth cohort for the Oklahoma Association of Career Technology Education Fellows Program. We have 12 members from across the state, and we spend a year going through our system and building awareness of our system and the different aspects in our training arms. So thank you again for letting us be here today.
Thank you for being here.
They asked if they could come, and I go, well, yes, it's an open meeting. So I want all citizens of Oklahoma to know that we follow the Open Meetings Act. We do everything in open meeting, except, of course, employments and stuff like that, things allowed by law that we can do in executive session. Well, I don't know. I think we sent an email out to y'all, but we have a new board member. Governor Stitt finally filled the empty seat with a man by the name of Rob Seaman. He could not be here today. By the time he was appointed, he had traveling out-of-state plans that he could not change, but he'll be joining us for our next meeting. He's the operations manager at the Covington Aircraft Engines in Okmulgee. He's been appointed. He was appointed October 5th to replace David Stewart from Mid-America. David resigned from the board in February, so Mr. Seaman's term starts October 5th, but it will end April 1st of next year. He's got just a little bitty window, but it's our hope that he enjoys serving and will be reappointed. He represents the second having trouble this morning, the 2nd Congressional District. So I'm excited to meet him. We have spoke on the phone and he emailed with Angela, and so he's very excited about it. Okay, what have we been up to? Oklahoma is celebrating Careers in Energy Week, and it's the third annual Energy Week, and it's October 17th through the 21st. The Oklahoma Energy Workforce Consortium is celebrating this week by promoting the benefits of pursuing careers in the energy industry. Energy is the highest paying industry in our state. I think we all know that, with an average salary of more than $109,000 annually. And it employs at this time about 84,000 people in 2021. So there's always a website, oklahoma.getintoenergy.com, if you want more information. As a state agency here in Payne County, we have our United Way campaign starting October 24th, next Monday, through November 7th. And you're welcome to come for our kickoff. We're going to have a luncheon this year, a barbecue luncheon, and we're going to have a live auction. So if you're in, as you walk around the agency, you'll see some of the different divisions, what they have ready to auction off. And we'd love to have you come. And we might just have... Do you really want me to say this? We might just have a lifetime supply of beef jerky. Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
Want to make sure that was a done deal before I said it. And we would be very grateful for that. And that item would get a lot of interest. Our goal this year is $20,000. And so if you do have auction items from your business you'd like to donate, Mr. Russell Ray is our chairman this year.
Send the beef jerky to my office.
No,
It's
you better.
be in good hands.
You better send it to my office. I don't know. It'd be safer in my office.
That's very nice.
Just yesterday, the CareerTech Foundation, which you know does scholarships, awarded 225 Otha Grimes Francis Tuttle scholarships, totaling $81,367. Now, these scholarships are for our post-secondary students. It allows people to, again, what we say in CareerTech, get to graduate with no debt. That's what I like about our program. Today, we also have our FCCLA officers in one of our conference rooms here. So if you see young men and women in red jackets and dark slacks and with the FCCLA in them, which is our Family and Consumer Science CTSO, those are the officers that are here today. So be sure and stop them and ask them anything you want to about careers. I had the unique opportunity on the 12th of October to Miss Hanning and I made a little tour. Since I felt like she's kind of a new citizen to the state, we made a tour to 2 career techs and visited the FACS program at Union High School. And every time I do that, I learn more, and I think she had a great day seeing.
I drove a semi is the most important part.
Oh, she drove a semi.
And
she did a
you.
good job.
He said, what did he say exactly? The only way for me to tell you about the program is while you're driving. And there was a moment, and I thought he was kidding, but he was very much not kidding. And then we drove, and he told me about it, and it was,
And his comment afterwards, he goes, "I wish I had her for 2 more hours." And she's going, "No, thank you." No.
no, it was a lot of fun. We had
Yeah, so that was a great day. And November 7th, I'm taking the state chamber president or CFO on a tour of 3 CareerTech centers. One of them's Meridian. And his wife, who happens to be a higher regent, and their marketing person, and perhaps his daughter, because I think she's kind of interested in one of our biomed programs. So when people come to our state and work in our state and they have these positions, but they didn't grow up in our state, I think it's always incumbent upon us to actually get them boots on the ground to see what we actually do. And so I'm very excited about those. And I'll take anyone on a tour that wants to go on a tour, and so will anyone here take anyone on a tour. Last week, Sky McNeil and Lisa Batchelder and I met with the First Blush on our budget request. And again, we're retooling to teach broadband, and now we've had a request to do more cybersecurity. So as people see the needs in society, they're turning to us for the training, because we are the pipeline to training for the workforce in Oklahoma. So I think we'll be hearing more about stuff like that. But First Blush on our budget request, so we were excited for that opportunity. I spent the last 3 days in Durant, Oklahoma, with the Oklahoma Academy on workforce. And we had 6 CareerTech superintendents and some of their staff with us. And we were on several panels with higher ed and K-12. I think it was a great way to get out our message a lot. A lot of people still call us vocational technical training. So we did a lot of, that's not us anymore. And so I think we're just, all these things we're working on getting the message out. So that's my report. Anyone have any questions about anything that may be going on?
The only comment I'd like to make is thank you for the tours you're giving. Thank you for the interest of some of our partners and people that you know, I mean, we live in a great state of Oklahoma. But it's always great or wonderful for people to question, what do you do? So that's a great thing, and that's very positive. So thank you, Dr. Denny, for that.
Well,
You know,
I think,
word out, get the message.
you know, you can sit here and tell it, but when they see it, it speaks volumes. It speaks volumes. I will say one more thing. When we got to Union High School, of course, Miss Hanning is a tailor, and the fax teacher there only teaches textiles, clothing, construction, only teaches that phase of the fax program. And those two got their heads together, and I asked a question, they both looked at me like I didn't know anything, which is true, I can't sew on a button. And they had their heads together, they go, well, we use a 9 head here, and then I had the audacity to say, what's a 9 head? And like, I found out, and then I was quiet the rest of the time and just watched the students do their thing. Those two had their heads together, and that was really fun to see 2 experts in their field chatting about what's going on and the latest and the greatest and stuff. So I enjoyed it so much.
it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
We had a lot of fun.
Okay, at this time,
Dr.
go ahead. I'm sorry. Raise that hand.
Proceed. I want to make sure, and I know you didn't put it there in your report, but I want to commend you for the work that you're doing across the state and also doing those speaking engagements in different parts of the region. I just learned that this coming week you'll be with Chancellor Garrett in Norman, and that is so important for the state to see that CareerTech and higher ed are working for solutions and working together and coming to that. And that speaks to your leadership. So thank you for doing that, and I know that great things will come out of
I'm looking forward to that.
happening here.
And really, we spoke together at this academy event, and I don't know if I hope this comes to fruition. Coming home, the 6 superintendents called me as we were driving back, and they would like to do a smaller version of that town hall process where you really meet out stuff just with K-12, higher ed, and us, and not just the heads of those agencies, but the people that perform the magic, you know, the teachers, and how can we work, you know, we all have a separate governance and a separate mission, and we need to stay that way, but how can we cooperate and collaborate across all three agencies? So I'm looking forward to that too. It'll be great. It'll be great. Now I have anybody have anything else before I go on?
I was just going to say, you know, we've got 3 great candidates coming in today, but it's still not too late, Lee. Throw your hat in the ring.
I bet Greenwood Asher might debate. It is too late. We're done. We're done. No.
Greatly appreciate you.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just going to say, I hope this is my last meeting, but I'm just going to say this. It has been a distinct honor. As a veterinarian, I mean, you know, just trained as a veterinarian, to lead not only one of the 3 education institutions in the state, but the premier and #1 education in the state has just been an opportunity I just never dreamed I would have, and that I have thoroughly enjoyed. And I thank you guys for this opportunity, because it's been great. And I told somebody last night, I just never dreamed I'd get to do this, even for a little short window of time. So it's been a highlight in my life. It truly has been. So I thank you for the opportunity. Now, the magic people. We have Meridian Technology Center and Culinary. I never know if it's culinary or culinary, so which is it? Culinary. We have the culinary arts students and some of our employees. We have Chef Travis Williams, who is the head chef, and with him is Jaslyn Hancock, who is the pastry chef, or the baker. Which is it? Baker. She's the baker. So and she's done a great job. And we have Nathaniel Ingram with us today, who is a secondary student. So I'm going to turn them over to you. Oh, and we have Sarah Collins with us also from Meridian Tech. So thank you so much for the wonderful breakfast, but we'll turn it over to you and let you tell us a little bit about your program.
Well, hopefully you enjoyed the food this morning. This is my 2nd year at Meridian. I'm 11th year CareerTech educator, and I really love the opportunity to show a little glimpse into what our students do on a regular basis, so thank you for that. It's a 2-year program. High school students, we have a terrace cafe, a restaurant that's a full-service restaurant. We'll serve upwards to 140 people a day. Students get to rotate with chefs on the work-based learning stations, so they get lots of hands-on training, classroom training, and you know, we just really love to give them those skills and send them out in the industry and be successful. Nathaniel's our 1st-year student, and Jaslyn actually graduated last year, and she was such a good student. We hired her back with the position we had, so we really enjoy having her around. And I'm going to put the spotlight on them and let them tell you a little bit about themselves and the program.
Hello, my name is Nate Ingram, and I'm with the basic culinary class at Meridian. Ever since I was young, I loved cooking, so I thought, why not go into culinary? Sounds fun. And so I'm in the basic culinary class, and we do 2 days in the kitchen, and the rest of the days we are in our classroom. We work on using different spices and herbs, using culinary math to figure out how much we need or how little we need, and how much stuff we want to do. Like a week ago or 2 weeks we made gratin dauphinoise, or crepes yesterday. Just a lot of different fun foods to make. I would have to say my plan is, in 15 years, is to get my executive chef credentials. And just, my parents, I think with this, it will help me get my skills I need to be able to attain the goal of being an executive chef. And I just really like the CareerTech. It's a fun place to be, and that's all I have to say.
Thank you.
My name is Jaslyn Hancock. I'm from Guthrie, but now I'm a Stillwater resident. I came to the program 2 years ago, or more than that, but I went through Dustin's program, and I decided to go on to Chef Travis's, and he taught me a lot in a short period of time. While I was going to school, I also worked at a bakery and a catering company, and I finished out high school, and Chef asked if I would like to work at Meridian, and I said yes because I love Meridian so much. My first year I was FCCLA president, and my second year I was SEALS USA secretary, and so I met people who will always be in my life through that and through Meridian, and I thank Meridian and CareerTech for my start in the culinary industry.
Thank you. Can I ask a question?
Yes, ma'am.
Nathaniel said he wants to be an executive chef in 15 years. What is the road to being an executive chef after
I was
Meridian?
like, I need to talk with him after this. That's a little bit long, too long for executive chef, I think. So with our American Culinary Federation, they have certifications that we go under, and they have certain requirements. And I think it's 7 years as operating as an executive chef is part of the criteria to gain that certification. So, and there's other ones that you gain before that, like you might get a certified culinarian to start with, and then sous chef, and then chef de cuisine, and then move on to executive chef.
Now, can you skip that sous chef part? That's the part I don't like.
You can't necessarily skip it on the work-based part, but you can the certification side.
My daughter's my sous chef.
Whatever.
Does anyone have any questions for the students or Chef Travis?
Great job. Yeah.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
it was delicious.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Okay. Yeah, go back for seconds.
Oh, yes.
Oh, gosh. Okay, at this time, I want to hear from the students, but we do need to discuss and vote on the minutes. So has everyone had an opportunity to read the minutes? And are there any questions? If not, I'll take a motion.
So moved.
It's been moved twice and seconded once, so please call the roll.
Mr. Bobeck?
I wasn't there, so I abstain.
Okay. Mr. Dillingham?
Yes.
Mr. Gilbert?
Yes.
Ms. Hanning?
Abstain.
Ms. Hernandez?
Yes.
Mr. Hillary?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. That motion has passed. Okay, in your package, you have a draft of our annual report. And as we've said in the past, we get our numbers in October, so we want you all to see this. It's a work in progress. We have we've done some new graphics. We have a new graphic designer here, so you'll notice the graphics in this are different. Russell, do you want to talk about your new staff member that did new graphics in this?
Sure, absolutely. Yeah, we hired a. You have a mic? I need a mic. Thank you. Usually my job to
I killed him last time.
Yeah, we just recently hired a new graphic designer, and he's doing a bang-up job. He's really collaborating very well with all the divisions, and has really done a great job making our brochures, flyers, annual reports, business plans, strategic plans much more visual and a little bit more entertaining. So yeah, he's doing a great job. The takeaway from the annual report, I think, is essentially we've seen an uptick in enrollments across the board. So that's a great sign post-pandemic. So that's a really good sign for CareerTech enrollments. Thank you.
And in the back are our numbers and stuff. And, everyone at this workforce meeting, we're concerned about the soft skills. And as you can see, the students we're impacting are our CTSOs, because that's where leadership and soft skills are taught. And our enrollment numbers. Anyway, it's full of information. Anyone have any questions or?
I thought it looked great.
Okay, thank you. Okay.
Appreciate the continued work on the dropout recovery too. Looks good, yeah.
And that's real important to the legislature too. That's one of the things they funded last year pretty well, and we look forward to the continual funding. Now, if we can get people their high school degree and on, it's a good thing.
Yes.
Okay, any questions? Okay, at this time, we'll go on to Mr. Hammond. Discussion and vote on our Technology Center redistricting zone map. And this one, you approved most of it, but remember Glenn told us last time that Valley had it. So go ahead.
Good morning, board members. As Director Denny was saying, at last month's board meeting, we approved the zoning request by the technology centers. For those that are viewing today, giving just the briefest of updates. The statutes, open statutes require the technology centers to submit their zoning maps that are redone based on the census once every 2 years. Those are submitted to the state board, and when the state board approves them, they're approved and finalized, and the technology centers can go ahead and hold their elections in compliance with those. It's a little different process for those of you that are familiar with the K-12 process, where you not submit them based on the data. But we keep in mind that CareerTech Center school districts are a choice school, and they're created by statute differently than every piece of land in Oklahoma is in a K-12 or in a K-8 district in a public school district. So, whereas that's not true with technology centers. That said, after the board meeting and after you approved the 28 maps last month, we received word from Canadian Valley that there had been some numbers, and I think each of you were sent out the corrected map. We do not have this on an overhead, but the numbers and the district lines were not accurate as to what was submitted to us. So that said, we have the new maps in front of you that were mailed out in advance. At this time, it would be appropriate, we could approve those maps for Canadian Valley, and they would be able to then hold their elections in compliance with the appropriate zones.
I move for approval.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded that we approve Canadian Valley Technology Center's redistricting zone map as corrected. We call the roll?
Mr. Hillary,
Yes.
Ms. Hernandez,
Yes.
Ms. Hanning,
Yes.
Mr. Gilbert,
Yes.
Mr. Dillingham,
Yes.
Mr. Bobeck.
Yes.
Thank
Okay.
you.
And this is a process you only get to
Move
do
approval.
once every 10 years, so it's history making in its own. So thank you for your approval.
Thank you, Glenn.
But very important for those students. Well, at this time, it is time to go into executive session. So I certainly want to thank you guys, you all. Have a great day here at the agency. We're really glad you're here, and we'll excuse our guests.
You have to vote. You have to vote to go in, motion.
That was, I actually was getting ready to do that. Is there a motion to go into executive session?
So moved.
Second?
Been moved and seconded. Please call the roll.
Mr. Bobeck,
Yes.
Mr. Dillingham,
Yes.
Mr. Gilbert,
Yes.
Ms. Hanning,
Yes.
Ms. Hernandez,
Yes.
Mr. Hillary.
Yes.
Okay, motion's been approved. We'll go into executive session.
Executive session putting Dr. Denny and Glenn. Come out of executive session back into open session.
Second?
Okay, it's been moved and seconded to return to open session. Please call the roll.
Mr. Bobeck,
Yes.
Mr. Dillingham,
Yes.
Mr. Gilbert,
Yes.
Ms. Hanning, Hernandez,
Yes.
Mr. Hillary.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, let it be known that during executive session, this long executive session, no votes were taken and no decisions were made by a vote, I guess I should say. Okay, are there any motions to come before the?
Yes, I have a motion to accept Raquel Parley as Human Resources Manager. Her start date will be October 31st of 2022.
Second?
Okay, I have a motion and a second to approve the hire of Raquel Parley. Please call the roll.
Mr. Hillary,
Yes.
Ms. Hernandez,
Yes.
Ms. Hanning,
Yes.
Mr. Gilbert,
Yes.
Mr. Dillingham,
Yes.
Mr. Bobeck.
Yes.
Okay, that motion approved. So we have a new HR manager. He's been smiling. Okay, are there any other motions?
Doing cartwheels.
Yes, I'd like to make a motion to extend an offer to candidate number 9 as the new Oklahoma State Director of CareerTech, conditioned upon a successful background check and successful negotiations as outlined in executive session.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded to give an offer to candidate number 9. Please call the roll.
Mr. Bobeck,
Yes.
Mr. Dillingham,
Yes.
Gilbert,
Yes.
Ms. Hanning,
Yes.
Hernandez,
Yes.
Mr. Hillary.
Yes.
Okay, that motion passed. Any more motions?
Move we adjourn.
Have a motion
Second.
and a second to adjourn. Meeting.